Hello there, Chad here with Puget System Support with another installment of Let's Do a Thing. So today we will be installing a 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch drive into our Puget Systems SG10 case. We'll start by removing the 3 thumb screws from the rear of the system and the 1 standard screw on the side of the system. Alrighty, with the 3 thumb screws removed, we can now remove the standard screw off the side. And then we can remove the casing, slide it straight back, and lift it vertically off the system. Alright, these cases can be damaged easily, so set them aside somewhere safe. Alright, we will be removing the back plate from the rear of the system and installing the drive into that. These 4 screws secure the back plate to the chassis. Alright, screws removed. Let's get the back plate out. It will lift off of its standoffs a little bit and then slide to the left, and then it will come right out. We'll then move the system aside so that we have room to work. Great. We'll flip the drive over, flip the back plate over, and line up the screw holes. Get the first screw in place, and the rest are easier. Alright, screws back in place. Now, we will install this back into our SG10 chassis. Before we install the hard drive, we want to attach the cables, power and SATA cable. This will make our lives much easier. So power first. And then the SATA cable. As this little 2.5-inch bracket, it can be a little tight in there. Now we install the hard drive bracket back into the SG10 chassis. Line the standoffs and holes correctly. And I like to bend the cables over here. Perfect. Now let's secure the bracket to the chassis. We'll put the 4 screws that we removed back into the system. With the 4 screws back in the system, we can now run our cabling. We'll start with the SATA cable. We need to run that out the front and plug it into our motherboard. Then the power cable. Like to hide it a little bit. Normally you would use zip ties, or here's the 6-pin adapter. This goes into the peripheral IDE SATA connector on the power supply. It only goes in one way and does have a snap-in connector, so you will feel it snap. And that's it. That's the 3.5-inch drive installation complete. Now we will work on the 2.5-inch drive installation. These 2 brackets both need to come out independently. There are 2 screws on this one and 2 screws on this one. Once the screws are fully removed, the brackets will slide right out. Now that the brackets have been fully removed, we can attach them to the solid-state drive. the bracket is fully secured, we can put it back into the system. We will put the 2.5-inch hard drive and bracket back into the chassis, being mindful to make sure that the power and data connections come off the left. You'll see the arrow on the solid-state drive. Line up the screw holes and secure the bracket. Screws in place. Now we can run the cabling. We'll start with the power cable. It can only go in one way. And the SATA cable, same thing. This one has a snap. You will feel it snap as it connects. We'll then run the SATA cable through the back, out the front, and into the motherboard. Run our power cable, nice and organized. Connect to the peripheral IDE SATA connections. Only goes in one way and does have a locking pin, so you'll feel it snap. And that's it. Drives are now installed in your SG10 case, so we'll want to organize our cabling, get it nice and tidy, and then close it up. We'll slide the casing on from the top and slide it forward into place. I like to secure the side screw first. Don't scratch anything. All right, and now the first thumb screw. Now we want to flip the system onto its side so we can slide the paneling into place. We then attach the remaining 2 thumb screws. And snug them down. Booyah! You did great. So we've now installed the 2.5 and 3.5-inch hard drives into our SG10 case. Thank you for joining me for Let's Do a Thing, and we'll catch you next time.